I'm Jeremy Wolf. This is my wife, Alissa, and we've been serving at the food pantry for 11 years now.
We actually were clients first. Jeremy and I hit on some really financial hard times. And in that process, coming to the church, actually asking for help in another way through the Benevolence Fund, it was Pastor Bud who actually asked us, what our home life situation was with our food. And it didn't even dawn on us to even inquire about that.
It's one of those things that you don't think of that, if we can get help with food, it frees up some funds to pay some bills that you were getting behind on. And for us, that was a huge burden relief for us.
Personally, I found it extremely hard to ask for help. But then after we asked for the help and it was given to us, I found it even more hard to receive the help. You really had to humble yourself. How many faces were we going to see out there that would know us? And we've been trying to be so private about our struggle. Food insecurity can be a face of your neighbor. It could be a face of that single mom, but it could also be the face of a family where there's two working adults in that household, but because of the cost of living, they're still struggling. I personally was struggling with embarrassment and shame in that.
It touched our hearts on how the church was so generous to us.
And because of that, we became clients out at the pantry. And quickly there, I saw the need. We started serving out there alongside being a client as well. I never experienced joy the way I experienced it serving at the food pantry. But the struggle that God took us on, I really feel was important and a key part of our journey. There shortly after, the church approached us and asked if we would be interested in leadership there. After many prayers, God really laid it on our hearts. It was a huge undertaking, and we didn't want to take it lightly. So we wanted to be sure that that is what God wanted for us. In that process, He equipped us to know moving forward what He wanted that ministry to be. And it was very clear in the beginning that we wanted to be sure we could eliminate the shame associated with food insecurity. God, over the years, has blessed us with an incredible group of volunteers that have the same heart and passion to serve as we do. It's become more of a family atmosphere out there, not just with the volunteers, but the families that we're serving as well. They come out now and we get to know them. We know their struggles. They want to share with us their praises and their joys as well. So we've really become part of their family also in that process.
Most of those clients coming through, yes, we're giving them food, but I think for a lot of our volunteers, they get to interact with those families. They get to be a light in their day. I think the most important thing for our volunteers that day is to put on a smile, be happy, and share the love of Christ with all of them as they come through. And I think that is the biggest front line. I mean, we're giving them food, we're helping them, get through another day with that food, but let's equip them with more than just the food. Let's give them that power of prayer if we can pray with them. We've prayed with several clients. Yes. And it's really humbling and it really heartwarming to see our volunteers just step in and really want to be compassionate with those folks. I really feel that that's probably the heart and soul of our ministry.
Every month, I feel an overwhelming sense of joy serving. And every serving opportunity, I leave there feeling as if I received more than I actually contributed. I credit that to the Holy Spirit. He has me right where I'm supposed to be. I never feel like I work a day out there because it is just so joyful. There's something about taking yourself completely out of the equation to do God's work that is extremely fulfilling for me. We see that through each and every volunteer out there. So many of them will say to us, this is so much fun. And I think it's fun totally because they're doing what God is calling them to do.
When you know and you can feel like you're in the right place at the right time, That's how it feels for us now that we're serving out there all the time. It's no longer something that we wanted to do. It's something now that we love to do.
Yeah.
I mean, we did it in the beginning because we were receiving and we wanted to give back and help. And now we want to do more than just that. It's, we joke, it's our second home, but we love it so much. We love helping the people so much. We love serving with all of our volunteers. Yeah. It makes everything so easy. The prayer that we do beforehand or when we're done afterwards on prep night, the overwhelming presence of God in that room is just, it gives you goosebumps when we get done praying. It really does.
Yeah. For a distribution, a Fresh Express, we never order for it. The food bank just sends us the food and we divide it up and we have a count. So when it comes through, they say you have enough for 125 or 130 families. At the end of a distribution, we have served possibly 145, but there should have only been enough for 125 families. How does that happen? Right? The first couple times, we had a group of volunteers that was trying to figure out the math. Where did we go wrong? And finally we were like, you don't have to figure it out. God provided. It was totally God's moment, and that has happened numerous too many times to count.
And the Bible tells us we should take care of the least of those. For us not to go out into the community and help those in need. What does that say about our church? And, if we've learned nothing over these past several weeks, the church isn't this building. Right. It's not this piece of land. It's not our food pantry. The church is the community. It's these people that are volunteering. And we need to continue to going out into the community and helping families and coming alongside them and lifting them up in their times of need. And that is what we're here for.
Right.
And that is what warms our hearts. That is what brings the love out in us.